Experzio' 22 ව්‍යාපෘතිය තුළදී අපට අමතක කරන්න බැරිම පාර්ශවයක් තමයි Experzio' 22 ප්‍රධාන අනුග්‍රාහක බිකාස් ආයතනය. ව්‍යවස්ථාවේදී මගේ මේ ආරාධනය බිකාස් ආයතනයේහි විධායක අධ්‍යක්ෂක කළමනාකාර උපදේශක ආචාර්ය සුසිල් කුමාර සිල්වා මහත්මයාට ව්‍යවස්ථාවේදී ඔබ සියලු දෙනා ආමන්ත්‍රණය කිරීම සඳහා.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First of all, let me thank for the organizers. You have done a wonderful event, successful event, and I'm happy to be here and share a few thoughts. Principal of the school, academic staff, distinguished invitees, young researchers, students, ladies and gentlemen. So basically for me, research is part of my career. So I'm interested in this field. Actually, after listening to morning speech by professor and also after Vega Innovation presentation, I'm very much delighted and happy to be here. And also they discussed a lot of things about research, technology and science. And that is to inspire our young generation. For me, this is also an opportunity to share a few thoughts and to share a few ideas to motivate you, encourage you towards future research. Of course, research is a process of understanding the world. That is kind of a broader definition. Research is not limited to scientific aspects or technology or IT, etc. Of course, those aspects are very important. That is also need of the day. Country need a lot of technological, science-based research. So I think here also most of the presenters are from science stream, mostly, I guess. But of course, my area is not pure science, but that is management science. So my PhD is from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, and that is management. So I would like to encourage, other than the science stream students, we have commerce stream students and even art stream students. They also can do research, that is social science research or behavioral science research. So I would like to encourage them also to participate in this type of research activity. As I mentioned earlier, this research is a process and we have to continue doing research. The word research actually coming from old French researchia, the word. The meaning is bring about seeking or searching. We search knowledge. We want to understand things. The production part in terms of technology or science comes later. As Professor Morning mentioned, the production or the commercialization is a different step or different level. I think that is what Vega Innovation Dr. Harsha addressed, and he is keen on developing new technology-based solutions for human and environmental problems, and that will bring a lot of revenue to the country, and that will bring the development. If we compare developed nation and underdeveloped nations, there's a big difference in terms of education and research. If you look at their budget, annual budget, national budget, the developed nation allocate a huge amount of considerable amount of money, a percentage from their national income for research and development. But countries like us, for whatever reason, lack in this area. Our budget, national budget, does not allocate or does not give enough priority to this subject. Maybe sometime they might think spending money on research is kind of a cost. So they may not interested in. But in developed nation, they look at it in a different perspective. They take it as an investment. Research is an investment. So they allocate a lot of money for research and development. They have big pool of scientists or other researchers working day and night for years, and they have been well looked after by their institutions and governments. The governments have given enough resources for them to conduct research. So that is why they have gone so far, and they have become the leaders in the world, and we have become followers. And the Vega Innovation is trying to revise this and trying to bring new technologies. In other words, developing entrepreneurship. Rather than being a follower, they are trying to be a leader, a company that trying to give solution to the environment and human problems. So I would like to encourage you all, so go beyond this traditional learning system. Of course, up to O level, according to my understanding, the objective of education, especially in Sri Lanka, is to give you life skills. When you come to A levels, of course, the purpose of dividing into different streams is to help you to develop specialized knowledge in this particular segment that you want to follow. But beyond that, after A levels, is your next level of development. Of course, research is part of the syllabus, whatever the field that you choose after A level, at degree level, that is normally at the final stage. Students were encouraged to do a research project, research work. But I'm happy to see that culture is improving, and you have taken the initiative to bring that culture to school level, which is a good thing. Whatever you presented here, for me, it is positive. It gives me a positive feeling, whether it is academically acceptable or not, your work. For me, I see the positive aspects. This is the culture that we want to develop at school level. Rather than memorizing and going for exam and vomiting, or like parrots repeating the same thing. This is an opportunity for you to think about applying knowledge into practical context, and also this is an opportunity for you to analyze the facts rather than memorizing, which I have been doing for years and years. This is what I think Dr. Harsha mentioned, as our brain has been in a way molded, so we can't think beyond it. So in psychology we call it conditioning. Our mind has been conditioned to be followers. So we have to break it. So sometimes learning is easy, unlearning is difficult. So you have to go beyond this traditional mindset in order to find new things, think in a different way. Of course, according to, I can remember one of the quote of Albert Einstein. He says, the purpose of education, that was he made this statement in 1940s. The purpose of education is not to feed with information. So soon this information, knowing information will not give any value. So the purpose of education is to train your brain to think, come out with new conclusion, come out with new interpretation. So that is the purpose of education. I think Albert Einstein, the visionary scientist, understood this long time ago, and he told that soon this information era will change the landscape of learning, industries and everything. Now today, knowing information is nothing. Just Google, you can get anything. So that will not give any advantage. What is important is your ability to knowledge is available online. Those who can read and understand a little bit can comprehend it, and it's a matter of applying it. So in order to apply your knowledge, you need to have a set of skills. That is what is important. The future is not based on the informations. So everybody has it. There is no advantage. So future, your challenge is to acquire skills than memorizing and vomiting. So that is why I think Dr. Harsha mentioned, even after a degree, he has to train people because they can't do anything what the industry required. But they know information. They have memorized and went for exams, and they can write, so they get the qualification. There is a big difference between knowledge that you gathered through traditional formal education and the wisdom that he is talking about. Because as Higher Education Institute, we are a research-based institute affiliated with foreign 2 universities, delivering their programs here. Of course, some of the programs, we don't have exams at all. Traditional exam, no, because they don't believe in that. There is no traditional exam, but assignment basis. The students will be given some task or assignments. They have to do it independently. And they have to prove that they have obtained the required skills. And there's an evaluation method. And based on that, their degree, final degree will be awarded. So completely different approach. I think we also now need to move or shift from our traditional system. The country needs thinkers who can find solution for problems. Sometimes our educated people, they become the part of the problem. But you need to be a part of the solution, not the problem. But look at the problems today Sri Lanka is facing. Those are the problems that created by them. We want them to resolve the problem, but they become the part of the problem and they make it further trouble. So I think we as the Higher Education Institute, we are happy to support and improve this culture at the school level. And in case if you want to take your research to next level, we also have a international research symposium every year. So we invite you to submit your research paper, improved version with some experienced researchers with their comments, take their comments seriously and improve and submit so we can publish your selected acceptable research work and we can take your message across the world. And also I want to thank those who tried but failed. Never mind. I assume that there are a lot of people who tried and submitted their research work. Maybe only selected researchers, young researchers were given a chance to come and present here. Never mind, what is important is trying. Through that process, you learn. So that is what is important. Now I observe the presentation skills, communication skills at a higher level. Right, some of our university graduates also struggling, but here I can see the school system has produced this type of good schools are able to produce students with higher level of skills. So this is an opportunity given by the university or the organizers to improve that skills. So make use of it and also give other students also, those who follow aesthetic subject, maybe art. Don't believe that the technology is the knowledge. No, that is another mistake. Knowledge is vast concept. Maybe technological or science side is small part of it. But the world is bigger thing. So sometimes it's bigger than the science that we are referring to. So thank you very much. Once again, keep going. And next year, improve yourself, improve your work, and we are there to support you. Thank you very much.
Sir, please remain on stage for the distribution of certificates.
අදිනේ සහතිකපත් ප්‍රදානය කිරීමේ තෙවන අධ්‍යයන සඳහා යොමු වීමට මෙහිදී සහතිකපත් ප්‍රදානය සඳහා ආචාර්ය සුසිල් කුමාර සිල්වා මහත්මයාට සහයෝගය දැක්වීමට මේ ආරාධනය විද්‍යාලීය පර්යේෂණ සංගමේ භාර ආචාර්යිනී එරන්දිගා රණසිංහ මහත්මියට.
The research SSCR2 on the topic monkey manners by Mahamaya Girls College Kandy, Akishi Badrulige, Omandi Disanayaka and Himanya Pereira. The research SSOR3 on the topic of the effects of a constructivist teaching approach on student by Mahamaya Girls College Kandy, S. Kaushini, M. Samaravira, RMD Miniduli Ratnayaka and Anjani U. Ranasinghe. The research SSOR7 Influence of K-dramas and K-pop in Sri Lanka by Mahamaya Girls College Kandy, M. Seniti Aberatna, M. Nikini Turya, WMG Vijini Ratnayaka, Medini Vinushad Silva, WM Netmi Vijay Kod, I Upeja Erandi Jai Singha. the research SSOR8 on the topic online education and students. From Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy, Pratibha Senadira, Saubhagya Alahakon, Sadamini Ilangasekara, Nivartana Kotuegedara, Natasha Vitarnage, and Ruani Jayasinghe. The research SSOR10, the changes in the human lifestyle of Sri Lanka with COVID-19. From Ananda College, JG Situm Pahasara, Dinad Mandiv, Pulita Sednidu, Tadisha Nitish, Nisandu Atsara, and Jinuka Netwindu.
ප්‍රශ්න අංක SSOR 11 ප්‍රශ්න මාතෘකාව පිළිකා මහාමායා බාලිකා විද්‍යාලය MTAK ජයසුන්දර මහිෂා ප්‍රේමරත්න ධනුෂිකා නවරත්න සෙනායා රත්නායක නිම්තරා වෙල්ලපිල්ලි
The research SSOR12, how depression impacts the young generation, by Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy, Kavya Pallevatta, Himaya Karunaratna, Savandi Tennakon, Helani Varakagoda, Kalani Herat, and Abhimani Vijay Kon. For the research SSOR19 under the topic safety features of commonly used passenger transport vehicles in Sri Lanka, from Trinity College, Chenuka Tilakaratna.
ප්‍රශ්න අංක SSOR 23 ප්‍රශ්න මාතෘකාව දිලිඳුකම නිසා පාසල් දරුවන් නැතිවන බලපෑම් මහනුවර උසස් බාලිකා විද්‍යාලය KR දිල්ෂා ගයත්‍රි R සොනාලි අලුත්ගෙදර RTN දර්ශිකා තල්ගස්පිටිය
The research SSOR26, the topic acceptance of e-learning among school students during COVID-19 and economic crisis, a case of Kandy Education Zone. From Girls High School, Kandy, NG Indupuli Amaya. The research SSCR5 on the topic tourists' perception of post-pandemic tourism in Sri Lanka, from Girls High School, Kandy, Apsara Vijayasekara, Dulaji Amunugama, Sadmi Galagama, Panchali Vijay Sundara, Yashoshi Kumaravadu, and BIUK Bandar Nayaka.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි ඔබ දෙපළටම ආරාධනා කරනවා මත වේලාවක් වේදිකාවේ රැඳී සිටින්නට. එරන්දී රණසිංහ ගුරු මෑණියනි ඔබතුමියට මේ ආරාධනය ආචාර්ය සුසිල් කුමාර සිල්වා මහත්මයාට සමුරු පළකය පිරිනැමීම සඳහා විකාශ ආයතන නියෝජනය කරමින් මෙහි සැපමිනි විධායක අධ්‍යක්ෂක කළමනාකාර උපදේශක ආචාර්ය සුසිල් කුමාර සිල්වා මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමන්ට අපගේ ගෞරවනීය ප්‍රණාමය පුද කර සිටිමි.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.